Just how good is Fallout London? Is it better than anything Bethesda can ever hope to accomplish? Is it Fallout 4.5? Should it scare Bethesda? These are a lot of the things that I've been seeing from other YouTubers and articles online. And in my opinion, I'm not really buying into any of those statements, and we'll get into that here in a second. I want to preface this by saying this is not a video that's meant to hate on Fallout London or anything like that. Fallout London is incredible, dude. Like, it's insane what this team was able to accomplish, and they're not getting paid. Like, this is just passion and love for the game, and they created like nearly it is a full game. So I don't want to try to undermine any of what they did at all. It's incredible. Years ago, this felt like just a dream that maybe we could have something like this, but it never really felt real. It always felt kind of like an ephemeral idea out there that was just never gonna really happen. And now that Fallout London's here, like, I have hope for these other mods like Fallout Miami and all the remakes and stuff like that. And the amount of time and effort and hard work that went in this is very apparent. And like I said, I do not want to downplay any of that. This team worked so hard, and they should absolutely be very, very proud of what they accomplished. That being said, though, is it better than anything Bethesda can hope to do? I mean, in my opinion, no. It's not. Fallout London does a lot of things great, but there's also a lot of technical issues, such as a large amount of crashes, other various weird bugs, and long loading times. Now, some of this stuff can be attributed to Bethesda. Like, a lot of this is not necessarily the Fallout London team's fault. It's just because they are building on, Fallout 4 still, and Fallout 4 has, its own set of problems that were not created by them. But I can tell you right now, for example, that vanilla Fallout 4 does not crash as much as vanilla Fallout London. And there's also just some like weird design choices. For example, like there's doors on the walls that look like they can be opened, but they can't, and they're everywhere. So you end up walking around all these doors thinking you're going to be able to open them, and you can't. Like, that's just a weird, bad design decision right there. The level design in some areas is just not great, and there's also some quality control issues. Fallout London is actually, while it is a full-blown overhaul mod, it is built with a collection of mods in it. Like, a lot of these mods had already existed, and they've just implemented these mods, into the overhaul that is Fallout London. So, like, the easiest example is the weapons. A lot of these weapons have already been existing weapon mods, and they're just implemented into Fallout London, and that's completely fine. But the issue you get with that is that a lot of these are from different mod authors and stuff at different points in Fallout 4's lifespan, and some of the like texture quality or animation quality or sound quality is like kind of varying from weapon to weapon, and I think you'll notice that when you start to play the game. Some weapons in your hand you'll get and they'll feel really nice, and then other weapons you're like, what is this, man? Like, now I know what you're thinking, and before you run to the comment section, this is not a AAA studio, and should we be judging them on AAA studio standards? Absolutely not. And the fact that we're even comparing them to Bethesda at all is a testament to how incredible this mod is. So yes, I fully understand this is just a modding team, and this mod is free, by the way, instead of a full price game. So we're not expecting the same quality as a AAA studio that's making you pay full price for a game. It's just a free game that these guys made on their own time, and now we get to enjoy it. But I just want you to understand that if Bethesda released a game that is in the technical state that Fallout London is in currently, they would be absolutely burned at the stake for it. And some of you are going to say, oh, well, you can, download more mods on top of Fallout London and, fix a lot of the problems. And that's true. That's absolutely true. And just to reiterate, some of these problems are not the Fallout London team's fault. However, we always criticize Bethesda for that as well, like, oh, here modders come to save the game again. I just kind of want people to take a realistic perspective when they're saying stuff like, oh, this is better than anything Bethesda has ever done and better than anything Bethesda can hope to achieve. It's just not, in my opinion. And it makes sense because Bethesda is a large studio that has a lot of resources and that are selling a full price product. Fallout London team was a bunch of people that were passionate about the game and they wanted to do this, and they made something incredible. And it's free, so we don't need to expect the same quality, but we also don't have to act like it does have the same quality. So is Fallout London the next Fallout game? Is it Fallout 4.5? Well, no. The short answer is no, because obviously none of this is canon. It's not allowed to be canon. However, I believe at one point either Todd Howard or somebody at Bethesda has said that they kind of want Fallout to stick within the United States and that they're never going to be going outside of the United States. So do with that what you will. I mean, you can kind of take this game as canon in your own head, if that is the case, but officially, no, it's not canon, obviously. From a gameplay perspective, however, it probably is. Yeah, this game, you could sink a lot of hours into Fallout London, probably just as many as you could Fallout 4 in terms of just sheer content. There is a lot here, and it's a lot of good stuff. It's got an interesting story, it's got surprisingly well-voiced characters, and it's got interesting enemy types, it's got interesting locations, it's got all that, and it really does feel like the, typical Bethesda experience. For me, coming from Starfield, and I know a lot of us are coming off of Starfield, the exploration's kind of not really the same. And Fallout London will kind of take you back to that traditional exploration that you know and love from Bethesda. There's a large map, there's a lot to explore, there's a lot to do within it. Yes, it's got all the technical issues and everything like that. If you can get past that, you can have a great time with this and put a lot of time into this game. So that brings me to my next point. Should this scare Bethesda? So we all know this mod was supposed to release in April of this year, but then Bethesda came out and released the next gen update, which broke all the mods, mostly the script extender, and then the Fallout London team had to delay Fallout London until July of this year, when they were finally able to release it when GOG said, hey, you guys can put this on our platform, and the rest is history. So I've seen a lot of criticisms towards Bethesda and stuff not letting the Fallout London team know about the Fallout 4 next gen update, and I'm gonna go to bat for Bethesda here a little bit. I don't know that they're obligated to tell mod authors when they're updating their game, so let's just run through a scenario here. Let's say Bethesda is obligated to let these big modding teams know about updates to the game and stuff like this. Okay, what would have been a good time for them to tell them the next gen update was going to release when it did? Was it 2 weeks? Was it before they announced their release date for the mod? If that is the case, is the Fallout London team in contact with Bethesda saying, hey, we're ready to release this? Okay, so let's say they tell them, hey, we're going to release the next gen update before the Fallout London team has announced their release date. Okay, now is that the precedent going forward? Does Bethesda have to keep in contact with all these big modding teams and let them know anytime there's going to be changes to the game? If so, I would imagine they would have to put all these modders under NDA, which has legal implications, because if they're going to be letting the modding teams knowing about their update plans pretty early on, they're going to start having leaks if they don't do NDAs. So kind of how far does it go is my question. And so everybody's acting like, Bethesda is, evil and are just trying to shit on Team London by, making the next gen update right around their release date, and they were just trying to screw them over and they're out to get them and all this and all that. And I just don't buy it. And people are also mad that, you know, Bethesda has been pretty quiet. Like, they haven't really acknowledged the success of Fallout London and how incredible it is and everything like that. And I don't think they have to. And not only do I don't think they have to, they might not even be allowed to. We don't know the inner workings of the legal side of this are at all over there at Bethesda. You know, they might have lawyers over there telling them, like, hey, don't acknowledge this, like, because at the end of the day, this is basically a game under the Fallout IP. That's at least the spectacle of it. Yes, we all know it's a mod for Fallout 4. You've got game reviews like such as IGN, like just calling it a, you know, full-on game, like they're reviewing it like it's a full-on game. And I promise you, wherever there's big IPs and money and stuff, there's lawyers around the corner, and we just don't know all the details of what's going on there. So overall, I don't think Bethesda is required to say anything. I don't think they necessarily need to be required to let modding teams know all of their plans and everything like this. Are they part of Bethesda or are they not? You know, Bethesda could have just said, you know, you guys are not allowed to make a mod like this. No, it's like too close to just copying our IP and making a new game out of our IP that we own, right? But they didn't. They've let them go through with this, and I can tell you right now, there's a lot of other game companies out there that would not have greenlighted something like this. Now that brings up another quick point of, well, where is Bethesda? Obviously, we haven't seen any official Fallout content outside of Fallout 76, and now the modders are just taking it on themselves. So when is the next Fallout game? Well, we don't know. And believe me, guys, I'm right here with you on this one. I actually love Starfield, but I'll be honest, I wish it would have just been Fallout 5. And I think a lot of other people are in that boat. So we'll see what the future holds. I mean, there's been rumors of the New Vegas remake and things like that. We'll see. My guess is that outside of a remake or some sort of spin-off, which is more unlikely in my opinion, Fallout 5 is pretty far away. Like probably easily into the 2030s. Which is insane to think about. So I don't think Fallout London needs to scare Bethesda in terms of what the game is itself and the quality of it and things like that and the gameplay systems and everything else. I think it maybe should scare them a little bit in terms of where is the Fallout content? Where is our Fallout content? Like, when are we going to get it? But Bethesda knows that, and they've known that for a long time. They decided to do Starfield. That's what they did, and now we're here. Like I said, I love Starfield, but in an alternate universe somewhere where Starfield was just Fallout 5, there's probably an alternate me that is living like Larry. So what's the verdict? Is Fallout London better than Fallout 4? Well, my answer to that would be no. I think Fallout London's great. It's so amazing to be having a new Fallout experience that really does feel like the Fallout experience that we just get to play for free and we get to sink a bunch of hours into. Aside from all the technical issues and all the design stuff and stuff like that, it is good. It's a great time. But of all the hours I put into Fallout London, I kind of just found myself wanting to go back to the Commonwealth. And maybe this is just me, but this happens to me like even in DLCs. Like I'll play through a DLC and kind of towards the end of it I'm starting to be like, okay, I just want to go back to the vanilla game map. And when I finish the DLC and I get back to the base game, it's kind of like a relief. It's kind of like I feel like I'm home. It's weird. Let me know if anybody else gets that, because that happens to me a lot. And I think that's what's going to happen with Fallout London. Like I said, it's really great. Those of you who download it and play through it, you'll have a fantastic time outside of the technical issues. You might even start multiple characters and put a decent amount of hours into it. But after you're done, I think what most of us are going to do is uninstall Fallout London, and we're going to go back to the Commonwealth and play Fallout 4 like we always have, and download our mods and do our thing. And that's what we'll be doing until we get more actual official Fallout content or another one of these big mods comes out. So at the danger of rambling on, I think I'm going to end it there. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section. Am I cutting Bethesda too much slack? Am I being too harsh on the Fallout London team, or vice versa? Let me know. And also let me know, what has your experience been with Fallout London? What do you think of it? I would love to know. Thanks everybody for watching. Like and subscribe. We'll be back next week with more Fallout content.